I take with me where I go a pen and a golden bow. Poet and beggar, step in my shoes, or a prince in a purple shawl. I bring with me when I return to the house that my father's hands made. A crooning bird on a crystal bough, and oh, a sad, sad word.
I saw the vision of armies, and I saw, as in noiseless dreams, hundreds of battle flags, borne through the smoke of the battles and pierced with missiles. I saw them, and carried hither and yon through the smoke, and torn and bloody. And at last but a few shreds of the flags left on the staffs, and all in silence, and the staffs all splintered and broken. I saw battle corpses, myriads of them, and the white skeletons of young men. I saw them. I saw the debris, and debris of all dead soldiers. But I saw they were not as was thought. They themselves were fully at rest. They suffered not. The living remained and suffered. The mother suffered, and the wife and the child, and the musing comrade suffered, and the armies that remained suffered. Minister of War, we are the king's claws and fangs. Why should you roll us on from misery to misery, giving us no place to stop in or take rest? Minister of War, we are the king's claws and teeth. Why should you roll us from misery to misery, giving us no place to come to and stay? Minister of War, surely you are not wise. Why should you roll us from misery to misery? We have mothers who lack food. There are great puddles of blood on the world. Where's it all going, all this spilled blood? Is it the earth that drinks it and gets drunk? Funny kind of drunkography then. So wise, so monotonous. No, the earth doesn't get drunk. The earth doesn't turn askew. It pushes its little car regularly, its 4 seasons. Rain, snow, hail, fair weather. Never is it drunk. It's with difficulty it permits itself from time to time an unhappy little volcano. It turns, the earth. It turns with its trees, its gardens, its houses. It turns with its great pools of blood. And all living things turn with it and bleed. It doesn't give a damn, the earth. It turns, and all living things set up a howl. It doesn't give a damn. It turns. It doesn't stop turning. And the blood doesn't stop running. Where's it going, all this spilled blood? Murder's blood, war's blood, misery's blood, and the blood of men tortured in prisons, and the blood of children calmly tortured by their papa and their mom, and the blood of men whose heads bleed in padded cells, and the roofer's blood when the roofer slips and falls from the roof, and the blood that comes and flows in great gushes with the newborn, with the new baby. The mother cries, the baby cries, the blood flows, the earth turns. The earth doesn't stop turning, the blood doesn't stop flowing. Where's it going, all this spilled blood? Blood of the blackjacked, of the humiliated, of suicides, of firing squad victims, of the condemned, and the blood of those that die just like that, by accident. In the street, a living being goes by with all his blood inside. Suddenly, there he is, dead, and all his blood outside. And other living beings make the blood disappear. They carry the body away, but it's stubborn, the blood. And there, where the dead one was, much later, all black, a little blood still stretches. Coagulated blood. Life's rust, body's rust, blood curdle like milk when it turns like the earth that turns with its milk, with its cows, with its living, with its dead. The earth that turns with its trees, with its living beings, its houses. The earth that turns with marriages, burials, shells, regiments. The earth that turns and turns and turns with its great streams of blood. I have shut my balcony because I do not want to hear the weeping. But from behind the gray walls, nothing else is heard but the weeping. There are very few angels that sing. There are very few dogs that bark. 1,000 violins fit into the palm of my hand. But the weeping is an immense dog. The weeping is an immense angel. The weeping is an immense violin. The tears muzzle the wind. Nothing else is heard but the weeping.
Of the dark past, a child is born. With joy and grief, my heart is torn. Calm in his cradle, the living lies. May love and mercy A child is sleeping, an old man gone, O Father forsaken, forgive your son.
I wander through each chartered street, near where the chartered Thames does flow, and mark in every face I meet marks of weakness, marks of woe. In every cry of every man, in every infant's cry of fear, in every voice, in every pen, the mind-forged manacles I hear. How the chimney sweepers cry, every blackening church appalls, and the hapless soldier's sigh runs in blood down palace walls. But most through midnight streets I hear how the youthful harlot's curse blasts the newborn infant's tear, and blights with plagues the marriage hearse. In Guernica, the dead children were laid out in order upon the sidewalk, in their white starched dresses, in their pitiful white dresses. On their foreheads and breasts are the little holes where death came in as thunder while they were playing their important summer games. Do not weep for them, Madre. They're gone forever, the little ones, straight to heaven, to the saints, and God will fill the bullet holes with candy.
and my breasts and my eyes. I slew the years. I slew the years, my silly dove, and see how you kneel to me in love. Oh, little child, see how the flower you plucked bleeds on the iron ground. Bend down, your ears may catch its voice, a passionless, low sobbing sound. Oh man, put up your sword and see the brother that you did to death. There is no hatred in his eye, no curses crackle in his breath.
No man is an island, entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. If a clod be washed away by the sea, Europe is the less, as well as if a promontory were, as well as if a manor of thy friends or thine own were. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind, and therefore never send to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. Once upon a time, and a very good time it was, there was a moo cow coming down along the road. And this moo cow that was down along the road met a nice little boy named Baby Tuckoo. His father told him that story. His father looked at him through a glass. He had a hairy face. He was Baby Tuckoo. The moo cow came down the road where Betty Byrne lived. She sold lemon platt. Oh, the wild rose blossoms on the little green place. He sang that song. That was his song. Oh, the green rose botheth. When you wet the bed, first it's warm and then it gets cold. His mother put on the oil sheet. That had the queer smell. His mother had a nicer smell than his father. She played on the piano the sailor's hornpipe for him to dance. He danced. Tra-la-la, la-la, tra-la-la, tra-la-la-dee, tra-la-la, la-la, tra-la-la, la-la. Uncle Charles and Dante clapped. They were older than his father and mother, but Uncle Charles was older than Dante. Dante had 2 brushes in her press. The brush with the maroon velvet back was for Michael Davitt, and the brush with the green velvet back was for Parnell. Dante gave him a cashew every time he brought her a piece of tissue paper. The Vances lived in number 7. They had a different father and mother. They were Eileen's father and mother. When they were grown up, he was going to marry Eileen. He hid under the table. His mother said, "Oh, Stephen will apologize." Dante said, "Oh, if not, the eagles will come and pull out his eyes. Pull out his eyes, apologize, apologize, pull out his eyes. Apologize, pull out his eyes, pull out his eyes, apologize.
Hush-a-pie, don't you cry, go to sleepy little baby. When you wake, you shall have all the pretty little horses. Way down yonder in the meadow lies a poor little lammy, bees and butterflies picking out its eyes, poor little things crying mammy. Hush-a-bye, don't you cry, go to sleepy little baby.
In the woods there is a bird. His song stops you and makes you blush. There is a clock that never strikes. There is a swamp with a nest of white beasts. There is a cathedral that goes down and a lake that comes up. There is a little carriage abandoned in the copse, or that goes running down the road beribboned. There is a troop of strolling players in costume, glimpsed on the road through the border of the woods. And then, when you're hungry and thirsty, there's someone who chases you away.
The wood is full of shining eyes, the wood is full of creeping feet, the wood is full of tiny cries, you must not go to the wood at night. I met a man with eyes of glass and a finger as curled as the wriggling worm, and hair all red with rotting leaves, and a stick that hissed like a summer snake. The wood is full of shining eyes, the wood is full of creeping feet, the wood is full of tiny cries, you must not go to the wood at night. He sang me a song in backwards words and drew me a dragon in the air. I saw his teeth through the back of his head and a rat's eyes winking from his hair. The wood is full of shining eyes, the wood is full of creeping feet, the wood is full of tiny cries, you must not go to the wood at night. He made me a penny out of a stone and showed me the way to catch a lark, with a straw and a nut and a whispered word, penny worth of ginger wrapped up in a leaf. The wood is full of shining eyes, the wood is full of creeping feet, the wood is full of tiny cries, you must not go to the wood at night. He asked me my name and where I lived. I told him a name from my book of tales. He asked me to come with him into the wood and dance with the kings from under the hills. The wood is full of shining eyes, the wood is full of creeping feet, the wood is full of tiny cries, you must not go to the wood at night. But I saw that his eyes were turning to fire, and I watched the nails grow in his wriggling hand, and I said my prayers all out in a rush, and found myself safe in my father's land. The wood is full of shining eyes, the wood is full of creeping feet, the wood is full of tiny cries, you must not go to the wood. wood at night.
The mists rise over the still pools at Asuka. Memory does not pass away so easily. When I went out in the spring meadows to gather violets, I enjoyed myself so much that I stayed all night. Though the purity of the moonlight has silenced both nightingale and cricket, the cuckoo alone sings all the white night. I waited for my lover until I could hear in the night the oars of the boat crossing the river of heaven. In a gust of wind, the white dew on the autumn grass scatters like a broken necklace. When your face appeared over my crumpled life, at first I understood only the poverty of what I have. Then its particular light on woods, on rivers, on the sea, became my beginning in the colored world, in which I had not yet had my beginning. I am so frightened. I am so frightened of the unexpected sunrise finishing, of revelations and tears and the excitement finishing. I don't fight it. My love is the sphere. I nourish it who can nourish nothing. Love slipshod watchman. Fear hems me in. I am conscious that these minutes are short, and that the colors in my eyes will vanish when your face sets.
All in green went my love riding on a great horse of gold into the silver dawn. 4 lean hounds crouched low and smiling, the merry deer ran before. Fleeter be they than dappled dreams, the sweet swift deer, the red rare deer. For red roebuck at a white water, the cruel bugle sang before. Horn at hip went my love riding, riding the echo down in the silver dawn. 4 lean hounds crouched low and smiling, the level meadows ran before. Softer be they than in slippered sleep, the lean lithe deer, the fleet flown deer. For fleet does at a gold valley, the famished arrow sang before. Poet belt went my love riding, riding the mountain down into the silver dawn. Four lean hounds crouched low and smiling, the sheer peaks ran before. Paler be they than daunting death, the sleek slim deer, the tall ten steer. Four tall stags at a green mountain, the lucky hunter sang before. All in green went my love riding on a great horse of gold into the silver dawn. Four lean hounds crouched low and smiling, my heart fell dead before.
I want to sleep the dream of the apples, to withdraw from the tumult of cemeteries. I want to sleep the dream of that child who wanted to cut his heart on the high seas. I don't want to hear again that the dead do not lose their blood, that the putrid mouth goes on asking for water. I don't want to learn of the tortures of the grass, nor of the moon with a serpent's mouth that labors before dawn. I want to sleep a while, a minute, a century, but all must know that I have not died, that there is a stable of gold in my lips, that I am the small friend of the west wind, that I am the immense shadow of my tears. Cover me at dawn with a veil, because dawn will throw fistfuls of ants at me, and wet with hard water my shoes, so that the pincers of the scorpion slide. For I want to sleep the dream of the apples, to learn a lament that will cleanse me of the earth. For I want to live with that dark child who wanted to cut his heart on the high seas. So Abram rose and clave the wood and went, and took the fire with him and a knife. And as they sojourned both of them together, Isaac the firstborn spake and said, My father, behold the preparations, fire and iron, but where the lamb for this burnt offering? Then Abram bound the youth with belts and straps, and builded parapets and trenches there, and stretched forth the knife to slay his son, when lo, an angel called him out of heaven, saying, Lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do anything to him. Behold, a ram caught in a thicket by its thorns. Offer the ram of pride instead of him. But the old man would not so, but slew his son, and half the seed of Europe, one by one. While the red spittle of the grape shot sings all day across the endless sky, and while entire battalions, green or scarlet, rallied by their kings, disintegrate in crumpled masses under fire, while an abominable madness seeks to pound 100,000 men into a smoking mess, pitiful dead in summer grass, on the rich ground out of which nature wrought these men in holiness. He is a God who sees it all, and laughs aloud at damask altar cloths, incense and chalices, who falls asleep lulled by adoring liturgies, and wakens when some mother, in her anguish bowed, and weeping till her old black bonnet shakes with grief, offers him a big sou wrapped in her handkerchief. I have wrapped my dreams in a silken cloth, and laid them away in a box of gold, where long will cling the lips of the moth. I have wrapped my dreams in a silken cloth. I hide no hate, I am not even wroth, who found the earth's breath so keen and cold. I have wrapped my dreams in a silken cloth, and laid them away in a box of gold. I take with me where I go a pen and a golden bowl. Poet and beggar step in my shoes, or a prince in a purple shawl. I bring with me when I return to the house that my father's hands made. A crooning bird on a crystal bough, and oh, a sound